Be it massive square footage, incredible locations, or top-of-the-line amenities, some celebrities are able to afford the most lavish lifestyle money can buy. Join me for today's video as we take a look at 15 of the most expensive celebrity houses. Number 15. Adele's Beverly Hills Paradise. Beverly Hills is a popular landing spot for the rich and famous, and it seems that Adele has recently managed to buy her way into the neighborhood for the fourth time. That's because in 2021 she purchased an 8-bedroom and 12-bathroom mansion from Sylvester Stallone for a whopping $58 million, with this ringing in as her fourth Beverly Hills mansion. Spanning across 3.5 acres, the entire thing is absolutely massive and features a cigar room, screening room, and a custom bar, while the backyard has covered dining and lounge areas, a putting green, and an infinity pool. So this home really has anything you could really ever ask for. Number 14. Jay-Z and Beyoncé's Los Angeles pad. When it comes to luxury real estate, few homes are quite as luxurious as the $88 million mansion owned by Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Consisting of 30,000 square feet of indoor space and 10,000 square feet of outdoor space, the property is absolutely massive and sports many top-of-the-line features. These include spa and wellness facilities, a media room, a 15-vehicle garage, and glass-walled common areas that are open on both sides and provide panoramic views, while the outside of the home features 4 swimming pools, a full basketball court, and a separate staff area for parking and living. In order to provide some extra security, the pocketing glass doors and windows are bulletproof, while a team of security guards are always on site. I think it's fair to say that this house is one of the most incredible on the planet. Number 13. Necker Island. When it comes to good investments, few are quite as insane as Necker Island. Originally purchased by multi-billionaire and spaceman Richard Branson back in the 1970s, he paid just $180,000 for it at the time. But since then, he's turned it into the ultimate luxury crash pad. That's because after spending about $10 million, he turned it into a luxury resort of sorts, as the 74-acre island is complete with a massive great house, 6 individual Bali houses, and a 100-person strong hospitality team to ensure that a stay at the island is nothing short of luxurious. Now, while Branson spends a fair amount of time living here, he also shares the space with others when not using it. And so if you want to experience what it's like to live like a billionaire, you too can stay here if you're willing to shell out over $5,000 per night for a room. However, given that the entire state is valued at over $90 million, some would argue that's a pretty fair price. Number 12. Mark Wahlberg's mansion. Be it entrepreneurship, acting, producing, or even rapping, Mark Wahlberg has done it all, and so it makes sense that he owns a massive mansion that also has a lot going on. Purchased for $8.2 million back in 2009, this massive complex is over 30,000 square feet and is complete with 12 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, and a host of other cool amenities. That's because it not only has a main house, guest house, poolside cabana, and viewing pavilion, but also has cool extras such as a 5-hole golf course, skateboard park, and a set of formal gardens, making it a pretty cool place to visit no matter your tastes. It's also filled with marble fireplaces, has an Italian grotto-style pool, and super exquisite furniture, making it a place of class and prestige. And if that wasn't enough, Wahlberg also has a lot of super cool neighbors, which include Denzel Washington, Justin Bieber, and British veteran rocker Rod Stewart. However, despite how cool the property is, Mark Wahlberg has recently decided to sell it. But at a listing price of $87.5 million, it certainly isn't cheap. Number 11. Jeff Bezos' vacation home. While Jeff Bezos spends most of his time in the contiguous United States, from time to time he jets over to Maui, and it's here he enjoys his recently acquired tropical vacation home. Spanning across 14 acres, the property was originally owned by Colorado-based energy businessman Doug Schatz, who bought the property for about $4.2 million back in 1996. And after making it his dream complex, he then turned it around and sold it to Bezos in 2021 for an astounding $78 million. For that price, Bezos receives a bona fide tropical paradise, as the complex includes a 4,500 square foot main house and a 1,700 square foot guest house, an outdoor kitchen with ocean views, a private beach, and surrounding scenery such as a dense jungle and cooled lava flows from an inactive volcano. Interestingly enough, the entire complex is also just one story, as it's meant to mimic the classic Hawaiian plantation style. Yet despite how cool it already is, there's speculation that Bezos may try to take this home to the next level with some additional renovations. Yet exactly how he will do that is yet to be determined. Number 10. Taylor Swift's 1934-styled mansion. Taylor Swift is easily one of the music industry's most famous stars, and so it makes sense that she had the $25 million in cash that was necessary to purchase the estate of Samuel Goldwyn Sr., located in Beverly Hills, California. The nearly 11,000-square-foot Georgian Revival mansion was built back in 1934, and during its heyday hosted major stars of the era such as the likes of Clark Gable and Charlie Chaplin. Once Goldwyn Sr. passed away in 1974, it remained in the hands of his family until 2015. Taylor Swift bought the estate from Goldwyn Sr.'s son, and it didn't take long for Swift to get working bringing the 7-bedroom, 10-bathroom mansion back to its old glory. And apparently the restoration covered every detail, going so far as to replace the beat-up windows with originals, replicate the original wooden fencing, and reconstruct the pool cabana columns. When you further consider that the home features a tennis court, pool, and pool house, it's not hard to see why it's an elite piece of real estate, and today it's valued at around $30 million. Number 9. The Mediterranean Estate. Being the CEO of Disney allows you to have a pretty crazy salary, so it makes sense that longtime Disney CEO Michael Eisner was absolutely loaded. With this in mind, he spent big bucks in order to make a dream house, and the end result was absolutely incredible. Located in Malibu, California, he bought his first land parcel on the bluffs in the mid-90s, and over the years had a 25,000-square-foot Mediterranean-style estate designed by the famed architect Robert A.M. Stern. Completed after decades of work in 2020, the oceanfront complex houses a total of 9 structures, has 16 bedrooms, 22 bathrooms, and a look more suggestive of Provence or the French Riviera than South California. Its stone structures are clad in antique terracotta roof tiles and linked by a manicured garden and courtyards, and additions such as an oceanfront pool that's accessible via a cliffside elevator and a large movie theater accessible via an underground tunnel certainly add to the charm. However, despite how incredible this 5-acre beachfront property is, a couple of months ago Eisner listed it on the market for $225 million, although only time will tell whether it will sell for that price. Number 8. George Clooney's Lake Como Villa. If you're familiar with Italian vacation spots, then it's more than likely that Lake Como has a spot on your bucket list. Located close to the Italian fashion capital of Milan, this body of water is known for its stunning beauty, and it also makes sense that George Clooney has gotten in on the action by purchasing a villa there. Known as Villa Oleandra, it's located in the small town of Laglio and was purchased by Clooney in 2001. Now, its original owners were a certain Hines family, and while that location meant that it cost Clooney about $7 million, these previous owners had left the villa in disrepair. This meant that he had to do some pretty extensive renovations, and as a result, Clooney also bought the nearby Villa Margherita while he made those renovations. However, given that the end result has been a beautiful villa that's valued at about $100 million, I'm sure that Clooney's happy with this investment. Nowadays, the famous actor spends about 4 months of the year there, where he rides around on his motorcycle and sails on boats around the lake to visit the area's various towns and villages. Number 7. Madonna's Mansion. Madonna is known for being the material girl, and so it makes sense that she has a materialistic streak that extends into real estate. More specifically, in 2021, she bought an estate for a whopping $19.3 million, although even a mansion of this size may not be enough for her. Located in Hidden Hills, California, the estate has a 12,000-square-foot, 7-bedroom and 11-bathroom main house and a 2-bedroom guest house that includes features such as a home theater, music lounge, indoor-outdoor bar, outdoor living room, and a newly built gym and dance studio. Beyond these features, the mansion also has some additional extras such as a driveway lined with olive trees, a full-size basketball court, an outdoor kitchen, and a zero-edge saltwater pool with a hot tub, making it the perfect entertainment pad. However, despite its beauty, it seems like Madonna's done with the mansion, as just a year after buying it, she's recently listed it for $26 million, which is more or less a 30% markup. However, given the fact that it failed to sell for its previously listed price of $25 million back in 2020, she may have a tough time finding a willing buyer. Number 6. Mark Zuckerberg's estate. As you might expect, a man as rich as Mark Zuckerberg has more property than he probably knows what to do with, yet one of his flashiest is his 5-house estate in Palo Alto, California. Costing him a total of $37 million, he essentially bought several different adjacent properties and turned them into one mega property, and the end result was pretty crazy. It's reached its current state after he finished renovating 2 of the homes he bought and demolishing and rebuilding the other 2. And at the moment, a recently released aerial view depicts an enclosed rectangle of properties that boasts a garden in the middle and a central home that includes an oversized roof, while having a jungle gym for his children in the backyard. However, despite how cool the property already is, it's been reported that Zuckerberg intends to demolish a home on the northeast end of the property and rebuild it into a 2-story mansion. If all goes to plan, the idea is it will be 3,500 square feet and sport a 789 square foot garage, 1,600 square foot basement, and a 700 square foot detached accessory unit in the rear yard. However, only time will tell whether or not this plan will be realized. Number 5. Tom Cruise's mountain retreat. While Tom Cruise no longer owns this incredible piece of real estate, it was too cool not to get a spot on this list. Located in the Colorado mountain town of Telluride, Cruise first built a home back in 1994, and it's essentially a 10,000 square foot mansion on a 320-acre estate that's surrounded by wilderness and mountains. Despite its size, it was made using copious amounts of wood in order to have the aesthetic of a log cabin, and in terms of looks, it certainly doesn't disappoint. Home to both a main lodge and a 3-bedroom guest lodge, the complex is massive and features a great room complete with towering wooden beams, a library, a billiards room, a media room, a gym, and a wood kitchen with an oversized island. In order to fit any and all potential guests, it has 6 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms, and features a large area for cooking, eating, and simply relaxing. However, the outdoor amenities are arguably just as cool as those inside, as the estate features a sports court, snowmobile track, dirt bike course, and a series of hiking trails that snake through the grounds. Yet, despite its grandeur, Tom Cruise listed the retreat for sale in March of last year, and given the fact that Telluride is becoming a popular resort town for winter sports, he was able to sell it after having it listed for just 2 months on the market for a whopping $39.5 million. Number 4. George Lucas's Californian Ranch. While George Lucas may no longer own the rights to Star Wars, he is understandably still heavily invested in the franchise, as can be seen by this amazing ranch. Located in a rural area north of San Francisco, he has owned the land since 1978, yet rather than live there full-time, he uses it as a retreat from the hustle and bustle of daily life. Coming in at 4,700 acres, the parcel of land the ranch is built on is absolutely massive, although at the moment only 15 acres have been developed. This developed section houses his motion picture and sound mixing and recording facility, where he's created many of the sounds and music that have been used in his movies, although it should be noted that the ranch also has plenty of extracurriculars. More specifically, it includes a barn with numerous animals, a vineyard and garden filled with vegetables and fruit, an on-site restaurant, an outdoor swimming pool, a fitness center, a man-made body of water known as Ewok Lake, and coolest of all, a hilltop observatory with a 300-seat theater. The main home is also quite interesting, as it comes in at a massive 50,000 square feet and was designed in a Victorian style. If that wasn't enough, practically the entire house is decked out in Star Wars memorabilia, making you feel as if you're living with the characters at every moment. When you further consider that the ranch comes in at an astounding $100 million, I think it becomes clear that it truly is a billionaire's playground. Number 3. Jeff Bezos' classic estate. Jeff Bezos, again, is someone who is known for being a stickler for details and a man of expensive tastes, and so it makes sense that one of his most recent real estate purchases was top of the line. Now, the estate was originally built by Jack Warner, who was the co-founder of Warner Brothers back in 1937, and it was built in the Georgian architectural style that was quite popular during the time. This elegant home would go on to be the home of many a lavish party, and over time the estate would go on to include a golf course, 2 ponds, and several pieces of highly valued art. However, despite its riches, it was eventually sold to music and movie tycoon David Geffen for a price of $47.5 million back in 1990. And while he enjoyed it for years, he then opted to sell it to Jeff Bezos in February of 2020 for an astounding $165 million, which to date is a home price record in the state of California. In its current form, the estate spans 8 acres, and it's blocked off from its neighbors thanks to the fact that it's surrounded by tall hedges and a large gate. All of this acreage houses 2 guest houses and the estate's trademark 13,000 square foot mansion, while added features such as a tennis court, pool, hot tub, and expansive bar all still seem to be on the property. However, given the fact that Bezos is quite secretive about his personal matters, we will likely never get to see the full expanse of his mansion. Number 2. Bill Gates' Xanadu 2.0. While there are plenty of massive mansions out there, the one that takes the cake for being both the largest and most secure is Bill Gates' Xanadu 2.0. While technically not called this by Gates, it's received this nickname in reference to the fictional mansion of the protagonist in Citizen Kane, which quite fittingly is a film about how money and possessions were unable to make a tycoon happy. Despite this, I'm sure that the house does grant Gates some joy, as it has quite a few luxuries that are not found in most other homes. Located in Medina, Washington, it comes in at an astounding 66,000 square feet and was constructed in the Pacific Lodge style using wood from a total of 500 Douglas fir trees. While it is massive, Gates certainly found a way to make use of this space, with some of the home's features including an 18-meter-long swimming pool with an underwater music system, a 2,500 square foot gym, a 1,000 square foot dining room, and a private library with a dome-shaped roof and oculus. However, while all of this is quite cool, I should warn you that there's an absolutely 0% chance that you'll be able to enjoy Xanadu 2.0 without Bill Gates knowing your every move. That's because the home has some top-of-the-line security, as it not only has heat sensors that can detect movements from as far away as 1.5 kilometers, but also has a pin system. More specifically, upon entering the house, each guest is given a special pin. And while it does cool things such as change the temperature of the rooms and the ambient music in the background, it also tracks your movements by working together with the home's pressure-sensitive floors. So, while being a guest at this $147.5 million mansion would be pretty sweet, it would also be a bit unsettling, I think. Number 1. Tiger Woods' Jupiter Island Estate. From the late 1990s until the late 2000s, Tiger Woods was easily one of the most dominant athletes on the PGA Tour, winning multiple trophies and consistently being named PGA Tour Player of the Year. And while his golfing abilities have certainly cooled ever since, the one thing that Tiger Woods has been able to hold on to is his massive Jupiter Island estate. Located on Jupiter Island in Florida, it was purchased for $40 million with his then-wife back in 2006, and it's situated on 12 acres of land and has a total of 9,700 square feet of indoor space. More specifically, it's split into a 3,300 square foot living area and 6,400 square foot multi-purpose building, and each side is pretty incredible, with the former featuring top-of-the-line rooms and furniture, while the latter is equipped with a world-class gym, wine cellar, and oxygen therapy room. However, it's Tiger's backyard that's truly unique, as while it has cool amenities such as a 30-meter-long swimming pool, an outdoor basketball court, a tennis court, and a boat dock, it's also home to a massive golf course. Woods reportedly uses it as a short game practice area, and while it's too small for him to hit anything more than a 7-iron, it nonetheless features 4 greens, 6 bunkers with different depths and kinds of sand, a video center, and a putting studio. It's so well designed that it even has differently contoured turfgrass management systems in place that allows for the fine-tuning of green speeds, as he essentially has the grass grow at different speeds in both the fairway and the rough, so he can practice every conceivable shot of 150 yards or less. As an added touch, it was even designed so Tiger can hit practice balls out to it from his second-floor bedroom, allowing him to get some swings in whenever he sees fit. As a result, it's now valued at an astounding $54 million. And while this makes it prohibitively expensive for most, it would be the perfect purchase for a wealthy professional golfer should Woods ever decide to sell it. Watch our binge-watching playlist if you'd like to watch all of our most popular top 15 videos. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and get ready to binge.